Hi, here we're looking at Scrivener. This is the tool that I use to basically copy the contents of my transcriptions into. So once I have my audio file transcribed, I get back the Word document and then I copy and paste the information in here. You're looking at the finished version of my book, How to Turn Conferences into Powerful Business Building Opportunities. You'll notice the name of the project is exactly what the title of the book is, so that's a good thing to keep in mind. We have a draft area in Scrivener. This is really what the contents of your book are going to be. There's additional things like research. So for example, you could put whatever you want in here, and that's not going to go out when you actually compile the book, which is what the command is called, that we'll get into in another lesson. That'll actually show you how to go from this project into a format like Kindle or Word or PDF and so forth. But right now I'm going to walk you through the various parts of my book and show you some things that you want to have in there. So again, I start off with copyright, name of your book, your name, any acknowledgments you want to make. Ravi is my graphics designer. Absolutely love his covers, so I just want to give him a shout out. Table of contents. This is something that you don't need for the Kindle book, but you do need for the print version. So that's something else I'll show you how to do in another lesson. About the author, needless to say, this is something you can reuse in all of your books. And again, if you want to reuse something, that's another good thing you can put into the research folder. So I could, for example, basically say duplicate and just move this into research right there. And then I could use this in any of my other books. It's not going to show up here. Okay, let's see. So what's different here? So here I have got some links. Now to put in a link, this isn't as straightforward as I thought. We're going to show you how to do this. So needless to say, you need to have a link in mind. So I'm just going to use an example. So if you highlight the word, go under Edit, and then Link. And then this is where you can put in the actual link to what you want to go to. So just to give you an idea, http:// So just like that. So you put that in there, and there's your link. So now if I click on it, it's going to launch an Internet Explorer window, and it's going to open up Google. There you have it. So it's as simple as that. Now, of course, I don't really need the link, so I'm going to right-click and see if I can, there we go, remove the link. So it's gone. Okay, so that's how you do links. Introduction. Now, one other important thing I want to point out that I arrived at after many attempts at seeing what I like and I don't like is the fonts and the sizing. So on the print book, again, I use the same thing for both Kindle and prints. But so you'll notice I'm using Calibri. For my headings, I have, these are like the, basically the section headings you would see in the book, the chapters. So it's bold 18.1.0. On the actual text itself, it's regular 14-point Calibri again, but the spacing is 1.5. I think this is very important. I've had a lot of reviews from people that say, wow, this is so easy to read, and I agree myself. I've read over 300 Kindle books between the spacing and the paragraphs and what I've seen, so I really recommend. Again, this is just lots of trial and error, but now that I have it, I recommend you use it. And so again, introduction, then of course this is the content of your book. This book isn't very long. You could split things into parts if you wanted to do that. I'm not going to get into it. So that's kind of the book. At the end, you want to kind of wrap it up. And then what I do is I put in a resources, which is kind of like a separate, almost like a separate part of the book. And then in here, I put a bonus because, again, I have courses. I've got my books. I start with the ideas in my head. I make them into courses. And then as you're learning in this class, I repurpose the content in the form of books. So, again, this is something else you really should have at the end of each one of your books, guides to other resources. If people are interested, they'll go and look.